Elias, you've decided that the best approach to dealing with the conflict that's going on in your country is grassroots efforts, grassroots movements to help people, humanitarian aid, and also peace building among different groups of people. Why do you think that approach is so important to the rebuilding effort in Syria?
Civil society engagement in peace building is very, very important because some of the issues that are related to the conflict and at the same time related to peace needed to be approached and dealt with through local entities, through grassroots entities, because they are the people who are on the ground, they are the people who know exactly the needs and who are in direct contact with the majority of people.
Mm-hmm. And you've come to Canada now to talk about the situation in Syria and the work that you and your organization are doing. And you had a chance to speak to some members of Parliament here in Canada about the situation. What did you tell them?
Well, the discussion was a bit more general about the needs, the essential needs, and the role that the Canadian government can play in this regard. And especially, we had like 3 messages trying to share with the MPs. First, things that are related to peace processes and the inclusion of civil society and raising the voice of civil society in the political and peace processes, not to leave the whole process to military and politicians. We need those whose hands in the dirt to be there to talk about the suffering of people and to raise their needs and to ensure at some point the implementation of any agreement that could be reached. And the second message, which is more about securing humanitarian assistance, that is still highly needed as it was 5 years ago because the conflict is still ongoing and it's still changing. The dynamics are still changing in many, many areas. And the third message, which is more about long-term development project for Syria and for neighboring countries, a project that are able to generate jobs for Syrians and for host communities, to bring them together, to enhance social cohesion among them, and create spaces where they can live and work together, and at the same time ease some of the burdens that neighboring countries are holding.
When you come to a country like Canada and you talk about the situation, you talk about the experience of the people on the ground, how do you find the Canadian perception of what's happening, or the Western perception of what's happening in Syria and maybe the greater part of the Middle East? Because it is obviously so complicated. But when you come here and speak to us, you know, what is your perception about what we know about what's going on?
To be honest, like in general, I haven't met someone whose position or whose attitude towards what's happening was for me like shocking. I saw a lot of compassion and solidarity with Syrians, especially with the new resettlement program. So far, I haven't met anyone that wasn't supportive for this program. At the context, like the majority were really welcoming refugees and asking of what else can we do in this regard. And especially, I'm talking about the Canadian civil society in general.
Well, we wish you all the best and continue your incredible and amazing work with House of Peace and JRS and Development and Peace. It's badly needed. We're praying for you and we're in solidarity with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.